chance for some more folks to come on in here. Come on in, everybody. Like and share right now, if you would. Like and share. Pass the word. We're on the air. My name is Mel Popeye Moss. I'm with Sons of Liberty Riders MC, and here with me tonight is Dutch, our Club SA, and man, we're going to be talking some stuff tonight, man. I mean, at least I switched the cube, right, everybody? I remembered to do that. I did put a post-it up here to remind me, switch the cube, dummy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. And so I want to show you something here real quick. I want to show you something. Here we go. Here we go. This was a picture in our promo. There we go. The replacement team is here, everybody. Oh, they're coming to replace us. That's the replacement team. Yep, yep. Invited in, and we'll be talking about this right now. And so the replacement team is here. They are here for free housing. They are here for free health care. They are here for free education. They are here for free food. They are here for free money. They're here for free money. They are here for your jobs. They are here for your children's jobs. They are here for your vote, everybody, if they can make that happen. They are here for your vote, and they are here for your country. And let me say this to you guys. Let me say this. They are going to be 100% dedicated to the Socialist Democratic Party. 100%. If and when they do get the vote, they will be 100% Democrat. You can take that to the bank. You can take that to the bank. And they will comply with everything they want. They will comply. You can throw the Constitution out the window because they will comply. And that's the truth of it, everybody, because this is what they are doing. If you would have been a member of my Tea Party years ago, you would know about the Cloward and Pivens strategy, which that strategy is designed to collapse the system. You overwhelm the system. You overwhelm the system using welfare. You overwhelm the system using immigration. You overwhelm the system by overspending. The system will collapse. It will collapse. And that's the path that Mr. Potato Head is putting us on.
Yeah, he is. He's screwing us up.
It's there for anybody to see. Anybody that wants to see it. And so this is where we're at now. This is where we're at now. I mean, they're going to flood the nation with illegal immigrants from all over the world. It won't only be South America, Mexico. It's going to be from all over the world. And as it stands right now, they're vetting nobody. And as OG and I pointed out the other night, and you saw it, Dutch.
Yeah.
We went through.
You're right.
We went through checkpoints, Border Patrol checkpoints. They did not check a single vehicle, a single soul.
You were even pulling a trailer.
Yeah.
We could have pulled out.
Incredible, everybody. Incredible. This is what we're facing. And you know what's worse? You know what's worse? I don't know that it can get any worse, but there are NGOs. Now, what are NGOs? NGOs are non-government officials. And what they're doing is they sent these people out around the world, and they are advertising, come on in, everybody. The border's open. The border's open. Come on in. And guess what? They're using our tax dollars to do it. We are funding our own demise. That's what we're doing. And by re-electing these people, decade after decade after decade, we've allowed them to collude with each other. And we've allowed them year after year, decade after decade, to continually push us toward a socialist system. This is where we're at. Now, you cannot ignore this. You can't ignore this. I mean, I know plenty of people that are tuning out. Let me tell you, you can go make your television have 800 channels, more than you could ever watch, and you can completely tune out.
Yeah.
You can tune out. You can go to YouTube and watch all kinds of stuff other than politics.
Everything that's on TV is on YouTube.
I mean, so you can totally tune out, but you know what? You can't, because if you do, you're just letting them have it. You're just going to let them have it. And you know, over what we've witnessed over the last 4 months is every branch of government throw us under the bus. Throw the Constitution under the bus. And are we going to stand by and put up with it? At some point, something's got to give. Because let me tell you guys, there's nobody, I see no one that's going to be riding in on a white horse to save us. You know, we got all these people out there that are telling us something big is going to happen, and yet they keep moving the goalpost.
Yeah, but where's the money going to come from?
Well, it drives me nuts. Well, the money for the other side is coming out of thin air, is what it's doing. So here we go. I mean, we're the only country in the world that's not allowed, that is not allowed to have a border, according to everybody else in the world. Everybody else can have a border, but oh hell, not the United States. You can't have a border. That would be inhumane. Never mind that everybody's demanding that we open our borders, has a border. It's insane for us all, everybody. It's crazy. I mean, what we're witnessing right now is the eve of destruction. I mean, look what they've done in just 57 days. It hasn't even been 60 days, everybody. And that's every branch of government. They've infiltrated. I mean, they've been infiltrating for years, but the warp speed that they're moving at to destroy our Constitution, to put us into a corner, is insanity. Crazy smart on their part, insanity on our part to sit back and watch. Now, we've all been patient and waiting for a signal. We've been waiting. But understand, their goal is to collapse the system. And they're trying to do it at warp speed. And let's hope everybody, that the people out there, the masses out there, are recognizing this. I mean, Donald Trump showed us what it was to have a great economy. Donald Trump showed us what it was like to be the number one oil exporter in the world. And look what they've done. In the first hours of his presidency, the potato head got rid of the pipeline. Then he's done one thing after the other ever since then, including this immigration stuff. And now they're coming after the Second Amendment, everybody. Get ready. Are you ready for a fight? And I mean a political fight. Because you're not going to convince the House to change their mind at all. But we can go after the Senate. And we can go after those rhinos that are voting with the other side all the time. We can go after them. Politically, I'm talking about. We can put great pressure on them. Even the Democrats. We can put pressure on them, and we will start posting their numbers and email addresses and everything else for you to get out there as constitutional warriors. You don't have any choice on this, everybody, unless you just want to lose it. It's time to get involved. And you know one thing, Dutch, I'm glad to see is there's a lot of young people in this movement.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing we did not have in the Tea Party. We had everybody's in their 50s and 60s.
Well,
but we can put great pressure. I mean, it's already happening with the potato head is lying every time he opens his mouth. He's blaming everybody. That's what Democrats do. They blame everybody but themselves. And there's just one lie after the other. And one lie after the other coming out of your news media, your mainstream media, and even your local news. Turn that crap off. And let their advertisers know about it. Let them know about it. What they're doing, everybody, is they're creating chaos. They're creating chaos at every turn. The border, the China virus, cancel culture, constitutional rights, transgenders, riots, the DOJ, the FBI, the Supreme Court, and overspending like hell. That's what we got going on, guys and gals. You know, and I look out there, Dutch, I look out there, and I tell you guys, if I go to another channel, well, of a patriot, and you've heard me talk about this before, I used to just get mad as hell when we would have to pay a patriot to come and speak to us, wanting thousands of dollars to come and be a patriot, to speak to us. $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 for the top-notch ones. Yeah, that would be the Glenn Becks and those types. Yeah, it used to just make me mad as hell. But if I hear one more patriot that's, this guy that has a podcast that moans about being demonetized and is there to sell you a T-shirt, a mug, or something like that. Now, hey, I understand being an entrepreneur, and if that's your job, I guess it's okay. But it just pisses me off to hear them moan about it. Because we do not monetize our videos. We spend our own dime here for all the equipment, for this building, everything else. We built this ourselves. We're not asking you for a dime. We're not trying to sell you a coffee cup, although you can get one here pretty soon. But we're not going to advertise it. You're going to have to ask for it. We're just not going to do it because we feel this is our duty. This is our duty. And don't let me hog up the mic, Dutch. Yeah.
Hell, Popeye,
I'll do it.
I love watching you talk and listening to you. It all makes sense to me.
But listen here, guys. We know more about what's about to happen. We know more because Donald Trump said it in a Fox interview just the other night. He's going to wait till the midterms to decide whether he's going to run again or not. He's going to wait. And let me tell you right now, he owns the Republican Party. I assume that he is going to run again. But I also assume that he's going to come out and he's going to take these rhinos out. In other words, the party is going to be solid. It's going to be solid. You're not going to have people breaking away and joining the Socialist Democrats. And if everything works out right, because everybody's getting a whiff of this, what socialism is like, they're watching their gas prices go up. They're watching their country being invaded. They're going to watch people get benefits that they could only think about. And you know what? $1,400 is not crap. $2,000 is not crap. While they are busy enriching themselves. And I'm talking about politicians. And I'm going to tell you about that spending here in a minute. Because there is a place to go to that I want you to listen to really close. There's a place to go to. And, you know, this is maddening. Maddening is what it is. And so, yeah. And like I said, there's nobody riding here on a white. Our military, it seems to me, is just sitting back and waiting. I pray that, hey, they're going to take some action. That they see all this going on. I mean, let's talk about this for a minute. The potato head is now threatening the Putin head. He's threatening him. He will pay, he says. Let me tell you. And Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, over there in North Korea. Oh, his sister's no pussy. Oh, no. See, they're telling the potato head to back off, stay away, leave us alone. They don't like him. So you know, hey, this son of a gun is going to get us in a war. It's what he's going to do. Because he's not all there, everybody. Everybody knows it. He's liable to say anything, just like he did to Putin. I mean, the guy has no tact. He has one brain cell. And this is all he knows. This is all he knows is corruption. That's all he knows. And I'll try and make his comments show there. That's how you do that. Anyway, so he's out there threatening other countries. And I guess our military is just going to sit there and watch it. You know, in the military, you should know the truth of everything. Oh, so does the FBI, so does the CIA, so does the Department of Justice. All of them are in on this shit. That's the truth of it. Oh, hey, and somebody was asking me about the channel over there on Rumble. Now you go over there and you just you look for the channel. Just type in Popeye, and it'll come up. It should come up. So you should be able to find our Rumble deal pretty easy. And besides Trump announcing that he was probably going to wait till the midterms, but understand he's going to be doing stuff all along. He's already driving them nuts because they don't know what's going to happen. That's the truth of it. They don't know. They're scared to death that the military is going to come after them. They're scared to death that somebody is going to come after them and straighten this mess out. But right now, they're feeling their oats, man. They're doing anything and everything they want to. They're pushing this stuff through, and you know, it's not the potato head. It's somebody in the background, and I suspect it's Obama. You know, hey, even if Trump doesn't run, I would think a good candidate would be Ron DeSantis out of Florida. That guy, I've been listening to his speeches, and he's on the right track, especially when it comes to China.
There's already flags being made that says Trump 2024.
There is, but yes, somebody's making some money. That's an entrepreneur. I have no problem with that. You know, and I hope that's the case.
Well, it better be, because I'm buying one.
Yeah. So you know, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just not moaning about it, carrying on about it. I'm not making money, so I'm not happy. You guys send me some money. Send me some money. I mean, that's basically what they're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
good marketing.
And listen to this guy. Pretty soon, Mike Lindell is going to come out with his new social platform. Yeah, the My Pillow guy. So I'm going to go buy My Pillows tonight. I promise you, I'm going to. I'm going to go buy one tonight. He's fixing to launch a new platform. And listen here, everybody. He's fixing to go scorched earth. He is going to go after big tech. Yeah. He's going to be going after Zuckerberg and the Twitter guy. I think his name is Dorsey. He's going to be going after them big time. He's got teams of investigators looking up their ass, everybody. He is going after them. The cancel culture guys are going to be, at some point, are going to be in deep trouble. Deep trouble. When we get this mess straightened out, and it has to be you and I that helps the what's left of the Republican Party, not the rhinos, not the turtle man and all of them. They'll be gone. They'll be gone. It's us. It's up to us to help. Grab the tiller and turn this son of a gun around. And we don't have a lot of time. This next election cycle has to be it. Has to be it. Everybody's got to be involved. Everybody. You go out there, if your kids are out there roaming around these streets doing all these riots and stuff, you slap the crap out of them and get them back in line. Make them understand what in the hell they're doing to themselves. They do not understand. And they don't understand what these people are trying to do to us, do to our country, do to our Constitution. And I know I'm on the soapbox, guys. But this is that important to me. And it should be that important to you. Everybody. Now, we are going to be getting back out there. We're going to be pointing out. We're going to get out and we're going to be making videos. I know we haven't done much of it this winter. Not because we hadn't wanted to. It's because we either had cancer like me or COVID like me. And but we've got new news about that too. And I'm going to be showing you here in a minute. If I think this one thing here is, if I can get my mouse to cooperate. Let me tell you about the video I want you to watch. It's on the front page of TexasBikerRadio.org. Now, I'll put a link every place else for it too. But right now, it's on the front page of TexasBikerRadio.org. And it's called The Depth of the Swamp. Now, this video is over a year old. It's back when Donald Trump was president. And everybody thought he was going to win before all this other mess happened. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, the name of the video is The Depth of the Swamp. It had 2 million views. Let me ask you guys, that is not enough. It needs 30 million views. Everybody needs to understand the depth of the swamp and what they've been doing for decades and how they've been doing it. And not only the federal government, but our local government too. Billions and billions and billions of dollars they are, how to put it, giving to themselves. They're very generous when it comes to themselves. And the Congress is one of the biggest spenders of all on themselves. Now, this is all by design. And to realize that the money they sent to us, the $2,000 this year, the $600, $1,200 the year back, I guess, well, that was this year too. Mm-hmm. We had $1,200, we had $2,000, but realize what they are giving to themselves and have been doing for decades. Watch that video, get you some popcorn, get you some Coke, do it Coca-Cola, or, no, not Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper or something else, not Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is woke. Yeah. So get you some beverage, a beer, and watch that thing and let your blood boil. And we can use, this guy's name is Adam Andrinsky. I know I'm messing that up, but he and his brother are geniuses. And they have a website called openthebooks.com. And I did join that today just because I figure that is going to be useful going forward. That is going to be useful because in there it tells you every dime that the government has been spending. Even the ones that didn't want to divulge their spending in certain cities, like Chicago, Illinois. They didn't want to turn over the books. They didn't want to turn over the information. And they said, well, we don't even have it anymore. Well, after they went to court, and after about 9 months, and they got before a judge, they turned over 9 years worth of data on their spending. So this team has really, really been doing the yeoman's work. And I do believe one of the ways to change things is to expose what's been going on. I know everybody's seeing the election, but and now everybody's seeing what's headed our direction, which is total collapse, because that's what they want. And yes, there are those that say, hey, they even want a war. They want a war. And they want us to get our asses kicked. Imagine that. So let's watch really, really close what other actions they take as our military sits by and lets it happen. They're the ones with the power to change this ASAP. They are. It's not going to be the Supreme Court. It's not going to be any of them because they're all in on the fix. And many military commanders are too. As I've always said, there's no shortage in the officers' corps of Democrats. There's no shortage of them. And that's the truth of it. But I want to show you something here. This is really interesting today. Really interesting. It was Dr. Fauci. I don't know, you may have seen this, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Let me swing it up here, and let me make sure I got the audio on to it. Got to do a couple of things to make that happen. Whoops. All right, let me see if I can make this happen.
Study, David Wiley and others found that no symptomatic reinfections from COVID-19 after following 2,800 patients for several months. In fact, there have been no reports of significant numbers of reinfections after acquiring COVID-19 naturally. Shane Crotty, a virologist at La Jolla Institute for Immunology, concludes from his experiments that the amount of immune memory gained from natural infection would likely prevent the vast majority of people from getting hospitalized disease, severe disease for many years. In this study, which was published in Science, Dr. Crotty showed that antibody levels stayed relatively constant with only modest declines over 6 to 8 months. Dr. Crotty reported that, notably, memory B cells specific for the spike protein, or RBD, were detected in almost all COVID-19 cases with no apparent half-life at 5 to 8 months after infection. In other words, Dr. Crotty found significant evidence of long-term immunity after COVID infection. Furthermore, Dr. Crotty noted B-cell memory to some other infections has been observed for as long as 60-plus years after smallpox vaccination, or even 90 years after a natural infection with influenza. That was a woman who got the Spanish flu, still showed immunity 90 years later. So rather than being pessimistic towards people gaining immunity after they've had COVID or had a vaccine, studies argue for significant optimism. In fact, there have been no scientific studies arguing or proving that infection with COVID does not create immunity. There have been no studies showing significant numbers of reinfections. Of the 30 million Americans who have had COVID, only a handful of reinfections have been discovered. In fact, the New York Times reported last fall more than 38 million people at the time worldwide had been infected with the coronavirus, and as of that date, fewer than 5 of these cases had been confirmed by scientists to be reinfections. Scientists interviewed for the article concluded, in most cases, a second bout with the virus produced milder symptoms or none at all. Given that no scientific studies have shown significant numbers of reinfections of patients previously infected or previously vaccinated, what specific studies do you cite to argue that the public should be wearing masks well into 2022?
I'm not sure I understand the connection of what you're saying about masks and reinfection. We're talking about people who have never been infected before.
You're telling everybody to wear a mask, whether they've had an infection or a vaccine. What I'm saying is they have immunity, and everybody agrees they have immunity. What studies do you have that people that have had the vaccine or have had the infection are spreading the infection? If we're not spreading the infection, isn't it just theater?
No,
If
it's
you had
not.
the vaccine and you're wearing 2 masks, isn't that theater?
No, that's not. Here we go again with the theater. Let's get down to the facts. Okay, the studies that you quote from Crotty and Sete look at in vitro examination of memory immunity, which in their paper they specifically say this does not necessarily pertain to the actual protection. It's in vitro.
And what studies can you point to that show significant reinfection? There are no studies that show significant reinfection.
Let me finish the response to your question, if you please. The other thing is that when you talk about reinfection and you don't keep in the concept of variants, that's an entirely different ballgame. that's a good reason for a mask. In the South African study conducted by J&J, they found that people who were infected with wild type and were exposed to the variant in South Africa, the 351, it was as if they had never been infected before. They had no protection. So when you talk about reinfection, you've got to make sure you're talking about wild type. I agree with you that you very likely would have protection from wild type for at least 6 months if you're infected. But we in our country now have variants that are circulating.
Significant reinfection. What study shows significant reinfection, hospitalization, and death after either natural infection or the vaccine? It doesn't exist. There is no evidence that there are significant reinfections after vaccine. In fact, I don't think we have a hospitalization in the United States after the 2-week period after the second vaccination.
Yeah,
we don't have a death in the United States.
You're not hearing what I'm saying about variants. We're talking about wild type versus variants.
And
now,
what proof is there that there are significant reinfections with hospitalizations and death from the variants? None in our country. Zero.
Well, because we don't have a prevalent of a variant yet. We're having one, can I finish? We're having 117 that's becoming more dominant.
Your policy based on conjecture.
No,
it
isn't based on conjecture.
Variants, so you want people to wear a mask for another couple years.
No.
You've been vaccinated, and you parade around in 2 masks for show.
No.
You can't get it again. There's virtually 0% chance you're going to get it, and yet you're telling people that have had the vaccine, who have immunity. You're defying everything we know about immunity by telling people to wear a mask who've been vaccinated. No. Instead, you should be saying there is no science to say we're going to have a problem from the large number of people being vaccinated. You want to get rid of vaccine hesitancy? Tell them they can quit wearing their mask after they get the vaccine. You want people to get the vaccine? Give them a reward instead of telling them that the nanny state's going to be there for 3 more years and you got to wear a mask forever. People don't want to hear it. There's no science behind it.
Well, let me just state.
I think I stopped it a little bit short there, but look, Fauci is trying to, as Rand Paul is pointing out, that there are studies that show that if you've had the coronavirus naturally, or if you've had the vaccine, you're good to go for a way longer period of time than what they're telling us. And what they're also, what Dr. Fauci tried to say there, well, we have those variants out there. We have those variants. We got to worry about those. That's the reason you need to wear a mask. Well, from what I understand that he's saying there, hey, you're really not going to get it. There are other viruses that are out there. The people have been immune for 60 years, 90 years. There are studies that are saying you're good to go if you've had the China virus or if you've had the vaccine. You don't need that damn mask. And it's another lie, another false flag. You know, maybe they are holding information back from us. If they are, shame on them, and they ought to be called out for it. But as you heard Fauci say there, and I hope you heard it, that he's talking about the variants that are over in South Africa. You know, it's like everything else. It's over off in bumfucked Egypt somewhere where they've got a problem, but yet there's nobody there to check it out. We don't know. And I apologize for my French ladies, if there's any ladies out there. We are bikers, but you know, I'm an ex-Navy guy. I really, really, really do know how to cuss. And matter of fact is, we're gonna open up a channel where we can let go, everybody. We can let go. We will warn you beforehand. We'll warn you beforehand that we're gonna say anything and everything that pops into our head, and it's gonna get nasty. But, you know, there are still stores and places that are going to push wearing the mask. I got one on just in case. I don't wear it unless I'm trying to go into a place of business where I want to maybe purchase something, maybe get something to eat. But, you know, you walk in there, you have your mask on, you sit down, you take it off. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? We did it all through from here to Arizona, New Mexico, and then back. On off, on off, on off. And now, thanks to Rand Paul, we know there are studies out there that are showing if you've had the China virus and if you've had the vaccines, you're good to go for a very long time. And yet we have people wearing masks that don't need to.
In a car by himself.
So, I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing, to get caught in lies and putting out misinformation just to get you to comply over some virus that has not even made it to this country yet. And I just wonder if old Mr. Potato Head is gonna shut down flights from these other countries where that stuff is going on. That would be South Africa and England. Hey, it's time to shut it down, guys. It's time to shut it down.
What I don't understand is they're so worried about, the China virus, but they're letting everybody come across the border. It doesn't make sense.
But this is exactly the point that everybody's making. We got the China virus going on that they're yelling about. We got that going on. They say, we got these new strains around the world that have not made it here yet, everybody. That have not made it here yet. But yet we're allowing people to flow across the border.
Right.
Many of them not being vetted. Many of them, they're doing the Texas two-step down on the border. The cartels are. They got the Border Patrol running every which direction, babysitting. And from what I saw, most of those young people aren't babies. They're not babies. But they're going to come here, and there's going to be a train migration. Their families are going to be coming in behind them.
Yep.
They're going to flood the country with as many people as they can. If they can get 4 million in the next, between now and the next election cycle, and they're able to push all this stuff through the Senate, then, hey, what it is then, everybody, and I would say this, by the next election cycle, less than 24 months, and they keep pushing, there's going to be trouble.
I agree.
There's going to be trouble. And that's all I'll say about that. That's all I'll say. There's going to be trouble. There is a breaking point. There is a breaking point unless everybody's been turned into a damn wussy. Like the Chinese are worried about. Their young men becoming wussies. Not us, though. Not us. We want our young men to become wussies and girls. Just saying, everybody. Just saying.
All right.
So, hey, I'm glad you guys could join us tonight. We would like you to like and share our videos and join us every time we come in. We'll probably be back on. Well, let me see. The Potato Head, does he have a speech coming up, or is that tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight.
It's tonight. Hey, look, if anything's interesting out of that, like he starts falling asleep or snoring or anything like that, we'll be back on tomorrow to talk about it. So there's no telling what he's liable to say, and I'll be interesting to see it tonight. Be interesting to see it. What in the world was that?
I have no idea. I didn't touch nothing.
Now, the Fort Worth police are looking for a woman. They got to find a woman. But anyway, let's say hi to some people. Hey, David Jones. Yippin' Yahoo, I think that is. I don't know what. And Fred, how you doing? Fred Pace. David Garcia. David Jones. Jerry, how are you doing, sir? Sasquatch, I see you. I see you.
What's going on, brother?
And
Chris, where I seen Chuck.
Fred Pace.
Chuck was on there a minute ago.
Yeah, Chuck was on there a while ago. I saw him. He's on call, and they'll tell him what happened right there. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Mater's Workshop. Yep.
Randy.
And so you guys, thank you for joining us tonight. Remember to go watch that video about the deep, what was the title of that? Yeah, the depth of the swamp. Go watch that. Really interesting, really informative. Will make your blood boil. But it's information we should all know. It's information we should all have. And I would suggest, take a look at openbook.com. Openthebooks.com. I'll put links up to this stuff tonight. And man, just incredible things we have going on in our country now that we can't ignore. We just can't ignore it.
Not at all.
I want to leave out of here and go on a month-long vacation.
I want a road trip.
Yeah. Other than one that's 2,400 miles out and back. That's like being on a vacation with my dad when I was 13. It was how many miles we could do in a week, or how many miles we could do in 2 weeks. There's the Capitol kids. There's Pike Peak kids. Hey kids, we're going across the Royal Gorge Bridge, and it was just like that. Our vacation was seen from a car. We didn't stop anywhere.
Nope.
And I can promise you, I was so damn pissed because I couldn't go mountain climbing in Colorado. He wouldn't stop.
What?
Wouldn't stop. Sorry, Dad. I'm telling on you.
Better hope he's not watching.
Yeah. With that, everybody, have a great weekend. I've got grandkids coming in, so I'll have them rascals all weekend. And
we will be out this weekend riding.
It'll be fun. And hey, look, if you don't have a motorcycle, buy one. Come ride with us. Says Butch, Popeye, Moss,
Dutch here.
and Dutch. Have a good evening. Bye bye.
Y'all have a good one. Popeye, this is